Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I hope you are having an absolutely fantastic day. We are here for a bit more oxygen included, too much of it. And we will do a bit more. Hopefully we'll get the gold volcano aimed and we will get the third well possibly up and running, but we have to sort out the other source of water first. So let's get right into it. See what we can see. Okay. There we are. There's Lindsay just about to build a brick wall. Or drop stuff on the floor, depending on, okay, whatever she wants to do. Ah, that's a bit louder than I expected. Let me turn that down a smidge. Smidge is a technical term. It's a bit longer than a smodge. A bit longer than a bit, and a lot longer than a mo. We'll delete a few of these ladders, tiles, and then we can delete the ladders, and we'll move this over or thicken it up. Yeah, thicken it up. It's more like this, like that. So I'll go like, and then one there, up to there, but we've got to be able to get in when that needs venting. Not that they like to do any venting, they seem to run away rather than vent. Oh, we'll pile some igneous ladders down here. Pop that on, the volume. So, yeah, we're going to thicken this ladder up. Like that. Thicken the wall up, not the ladder. Deconstruct that. But we do need to kind of get rid of this one. Because we got to get rid of this. We got to block this tile up. We don't want to lose our liquid lock in the process. So we'll put one there. That'll push that liquid out. If we put that tile, a tile there, we would lose all that liquid. So not advisable. That's important. Make yourself trapped in there, will you? Yeah, you're going to start building that. Can you move to just there, please? Put it there. There you go. Then you won't be on the wrong side of it. Boom! That raised the levels, didn't it? But I can't get in there. Now, at this point. Bad. But we can do something about that. Nick, we can make that flow and put a drip here, couldn't we? Yeah, we could. Because we could just stop that and all we need is a drip on there and we can get rid of this pipe. This tile. There'll be a blockage. So we will trick it into sending some water now. Some crude, should I say. We want it to be, if it's below 300, you can pump. That'll pump a little bit. Then we'll change it back to above 300. It turns off. We'll let this little bit flow until it's over this tile, this pipe. Here, so we're taking advantage of it being over the ladder now. I do want to move it into the wall again, but for now we'll just have a... There, perfect. We will snipperoo you. And we'll delete that pipe there. Go and delete that pipe for me, would ya? This bit can carry on its merry way. It will join up with the crude from this one and just carry on all the way up. But we want this actually deleted. Do we have a little bit of obsidian? We do. We can come out a bit. We can come up there. Can we do... Have we got enough to do all this? Well, it looks like we do. Nice. And then we'll plunk one of those on the end. That's perfect. Then we can move that pipe along. Food is decayed. Rotten pacu fillet. Well, that's weird. Where's the rotten pacu? Oh, it's over here. That's fair enough. I suppose you could send pacu fillet over. They would put it in the thing, wouldn't they? Let's go to edible. Yeah, you can send Paku fillets over. You can send meat. You can send. Can't send barbecue because we need that here to eat it. Now, where is it? You fill it. There you go. Send all that over there if you get any. More Paku. Wow. We can have a lot of fish in our little polluted tank, can't we? Crikey. Now, there's a beta hive there, look. It's a bit disabled. It's got solid nuclear waste all over it. We need to come in and fix that. There's hydrogen in there, so we need suits to deal with that because the bees will start coming out as soon as we uncover it. And that waste. Right, that's nearly done. Nearly done. That is excellent. Perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Nip that off there and connect it in. So that when that's built, this can actually flow away and be got rid of. Deconstruct all this and deconstruct. Oh, they can reach that from in there. That's perfect. They just can't get in here yet. If we remove this tile, they can. Yeah, we better remove it because there's a blob of liquid there now, so they can actually open that up without it getting the gases escaping. Ah. Nice glass full of Dr. Aloe. 2 bits of aloe vera in it. Sounds revolting, but it tastes good. Right, let's watch that. Gas trying to escape. You can't get out. You're not getting out of here, mate. So that means that's actually got to go along another one then to do the same as that, which I'd prefer. So it's on the floor level, goes up to the first one, and it goes like that. Yeah, like that there. Oh, God. That has to go back another one. That's actually the ladder there. Oh, nuts. Okay. Well, I don't mind. Go a bit more. You can actually sweep out this ceramic, I think. All done. Yeah, it's being vented now. It was probably due a vent. That was eventful, wasn't it? Can't stop saying that joke. I keep repeating it. Let's check out Mima. We go to her skills. She has a high machinery of 26. She should be very efficient at doing this. They're highly skilled and highly trained. So we want this liquid level to get right up to here. Same as it is on this bit here. It's up to there. We could remove that one. Then we'd raise this up and then they wouldn't be able to get in and out unless we took some tiles off here. I don't want to do that. So we'll just back it off by one. I don't mind it being too wide there. It's fine, fine, fine. It's fine, it's fine. Nobody knows, nobody cares. Right. Now, theoretically, that would be okay like that, because that would fill up, and eventually it will get to the point where it will stick. Once it's done more than a tile's worth, which is 8, 6, 9 or something, usually, crude. And then when it gets over a tile's worth, it will just naturally stick to that, because that's not a repelling type of tile, it's a sticky tile. The liquids will literally cling to it like that, this weird clingy shape. But as long as we got a little drip just there for now, that will hold the liquid lock. So we've got a bunch of idle peoples, so we can do a sweep, I think. Come on, sweep all this crap out of here now. Oh, that's not going to do it, is it? Sweep. Sweep all the junk out. There we go. Beautiful. We can get rid of all the crap and we can do what we want to do down there when we decide we want to do it. Actually, let's sweep in here because I can't tell if there's any junk. Now there is. There's bits of junk. Any junk in here? There shouldn't. No, there's junk there, but yeah, that gives them something to sweep as well, wouldn't it? I don't like to sweep too much because, yeah, it's good for the game and it sort of speeds your game up when there isn't too many piles of junk everywhere. But centralizing the location where all your stuff is at, it's a good thing. I guess it's a good thing. But, you know, sometimes I think like you can sweep up too much and then all your dupes have to go miles to get all the stuff all the time. Whereas while we're working and building in here, it made sense to leave it all there because they might need it. I don't know what we're going to be doing in here. Probably trying to dig all this away and get this magma out. That's a lot of micromanaging and whatever, and I'm, you know, going to do something useful for a while. I would like to get back in here and dig this out again, but, you know, maybe we'll leave it for a while. I've got a feeling this end bit is not actually spreading to there because it touches here, it cools down, turns into another grain of igneous. Never gets to touch the spike. The other choice we would have is to make the spike come out sideways as well. Bring it out here. Bring it right out to here. Get rid of this bit of insulated and bring the diamond spike out here. Then all the magma that pours down the stairs will lay on it and solidify on there, and that'll be really hot. Same with this side. We could bring that out right underneath that volcano over here somewhere. Then we could bring up magma and just drop it on top. Clear out this side. Try and dig down as low as we can. It'd be nice to see what's at the bottom. I know we can in here now. I haven't even seen the bottom of the map yet. I don't even know where the neutronium is. How are we running here? What's the temperature like? Yeah, that's gone up again. 820 watts each one. And I'd like to get in here and dig all that out. But first this. We need to sort this out because we want the oxalite for later on for rocketry. So we need the gold to put in the oxalite machine. Let's buzz over and have a quick look at the oxalite machine. I had to lock it because I kept running in there, so I don't know how much gold is left. 10.1 tons. It does use it, but it's only using 600 grams a second, so it feels like that's going to last a very, very, very long time. Now, over at the thing where it sends out on the other side, what we could do here is put a little pit of water. And then we'll put a what are they called? The chipping filter, and we could put set it to send over the, because we put it in the base here. Where do we put it? In the fish tank, isn't it? Yeah, it's in here. We put all our bleach stone in here. So we could just have a little pot rather than sending it on the rails where it's going to off gas everywhere and there's going to be chlorine all over the place. Hi, Punk. How you doing? We could have a little sensor. What's it called? I forget the name. Solid filter there. A little bit of water, and then just drop anything that's you know, likely to off gas straight in a pit of water. Really should do that up here, but we can't do that because then I wanted it so they can reach from inside the base or outside. That's the whole point of that. Our filter for polluted dirt is up there. Yeah, that needs a little bit of work, but this is our gold volcano. So let's second one in, second one up. That one don't touch. Do that. There's a tile there, so it won't erupt. Man, what are we going to give it? 2 or 1? I think gold volcano can just have 1, but we'll make sure it works. We'll give it 1, but we'll make it expandable so that if we do need to. There's that tiny bit of magma has been set there all this time. It'd be good to dig that out and drop that into the magma at some point, but I'm not sure if we're going to get to do that. Oh, we could carry on with this as well while we're here. Run our roof along. We got an entry point. We got a little ladder system. We need a pump, plumbing, plumbing, peas, plumbing, peas, plum. We could just put it there, and then we haven't got far to pipe it. I don't like it in the doorway like that. I think it looks better over there. Let's get rid of it. Doesn't matter. It's only a few extra inches of pipe, which is 400 per piece of pipe. Yeah, so temp shift plate. Can they reach the diamond, or have I locked the door on them? Probably can. Yeah, they should be able to reach the diamond. That is definitely diamond. Yes, it is. So we'll have plumbing. I don't know if we've got enough obsidian or ceramic to come down to there. That'll do. Finish it off with a bit of obsidian into there. Perfect. Once it gets out here, it doesn't really need to be, does it? No. Don't bother with that. Make that out of granite. Fine. Just being fussy. No need to be so goddamn fussy. Right, we will make this one out of... Let's just make it out of igneous. I'm not going to be carrying all of that over here. So we'll put another tank on the roof. Liquid reservoir made of steel. The output's directly above that pipe. This seems to me the best way of doing it. What's this pipe made of? This one's igneous. I'd rather the bit in the room was like better quality pipe. What about you? Tile. That's ceramic. But we want a little bit of obsidian just there. Perfect. Build that. They might have to go down to the other one to get the obsidian to come up here and use it. Okay, we also want to put a door on this. Two in, two up. So we can dig all of that away. And then we'll mop just there. And if we mop just there, it should mop just there. Good. Theoretically. When we've dug this side, we'll mop just there, and it should mop that out. And we'll put a door there later. No rush. That can just stay. I don't care about that just yet. I would like to dig all these tiles out we put in so that when we drop the magma, or drop all this hot stuff down, it can go in the magma. So there's no temptation to come and get all this obsidian unless we rebuild it to set the temperature. I think the only way to rebuild that to set the temperature to have enough to have the space to do it. It's like when you dig a tile, it halves the mass. You're going to dig a tile out. Oh, I need mop. Mop. Yeah, that's grayed out. There's no way down there. Got a ladder there. You might be able to reach it. I don't know. So yeah, if yeah, it should mop there. See, it's mopped that tile. But when they dig this out, probably go back there again. Right. Can be on a slightly higher. No, well, that's not slightly higher. That's the same. This side can all be on an 8. Can't get down here as quick. The nearest entrance is this pipe, and there's no fire pole or anything. So, keep that crude somewhere. Get rid of it. Hopefully it won't overflow. Well, thanks. Just do the one tile and go away. Well, you can use the granite. You know what? You can't get over there if you build that. Can't get back to this side. Yeah, so don't build that yet. They might take the granite over here. Use it. Then we also need a vent. Ventilation. We need a gas pump. We don't have to put this in just yet, but might as well get it done. That. And then we need an Atmos sensor for it. Might use it at some point to subsidize our power supplies as our diamond spike dwindles in power that it provides. All leaked crude everywhere. Mop that up. Now if you mop like that and they do this tile first, it will do that one, and then you can't mop that. Cancel that one. You only mop there. It will do both tiles there and there, and it should clean all of that up that you can't reach. Well done, you. keep doing your job. Oh, they can't reach that tile, can they? I'll just do it the quick way. That means they can't reach this either, so we'll delete that, and they should be able to reach all of that. Thanks, Otto. Take that, and take that with you. Could have took that, cleaned that as well. I think the only place to take my penance can is only place they can drop it is probably here. No, it might be up in space. It might be this one. Set someone to crude. Yeah, crude oil. Oh, good. Okay, then take it away. Take it away, 3-4. Take it away. Got any more? It seems like we have. Yeah. Oh, it has damaged it. Look, there's a tile missing. All right. Well, that answers that question for me. Wanted to know. Want to demolish the ceiling robot so we can double thick this floor. It means that we definitely do need a row of these bunker doors. Protect that. That's not strong enough. That will bust through eventually with those big asteroids. Have we not got any food going in there again? What's the matter with you? 43.3 degrees. Ugh. Feed the goddamn things. I'm hungry. You keep putting the hottest stuff in there that you can find instead of the coolest stuff. May have to run the cooling loop over those pressure plates. A little cold tile there. Where's the cooling loop? Goes up here, look. Keeps this area a bit cooler. We could extend this one through here. Cool these out. Come down here. Cool these down. And go back in. Might as well get that at least set up. We'll right over. Oh, hang on. Will they eat that? No, it's gold. They won't eat gold. These guys will eat gold probably. Want to cancel one here. Keep a gold one there. Keep a gold one there. And I don't want to use this pipe. That's our cooling loop pipe. Run up the wall here, up to this one. Yeah, well, I don't want to run straight through the middle of our beautiful room. We can run through there. Not the best, but it'll do the job. Yeah, I prefer it was not in that room so much. Maybe on the fire pole, but I don't like the pipes too close together because then they're difficult to traverse if you want to. Right, let's get back down to here. I know what I'm going to do. These ladders. Deconstruct those. There is a way down there. Let's deconstruct all these ladders. Because they're obsidian. I think. No, some of them are obsidian, some are igneous rock. Well, we'll delete them anyway. I deconstruct some of these ladders. Yeah, what are these made of? Sandstone, where they can stay. Oh, well, look, we've also got to get a copper volcano going, because this is all free power we could be having. Sweep that up. What were you? Chlorine gas, but bit of obsidian there. Well, is there any point in sweeping it? We might use it. I got to get it out of here because I want him to come and examine that. Pop back to Akita. And I want to dig out this into a proper little room. Get rid of this. All go. Yep. All of that can go. Can you climb down there? Yes, I think you can. Maybe you can even get up here. Who knows? No, you won't be able to reach that. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, you will need a ladder in there to reach that. I don't want to disturb this. Oh, yeah, we can. Because we can feed them properly. We ended up with fish in here. Oh, they must have flopped down and landed on the floor instead somehow. And they end up in the water tank. Well, there's fish every bloody where on this map, so let's not worry about it. They're going to end up down here at some point. They might even end up living in the ethanol. Oh, it's a salt vine. I thought it was a fish egg. Hi, Puffed. Here there, Puffed. So, if we can get a power wire through here, we could probably power it above there so we're not coming in our room. But a power wire. We might need more metal sent over. Yeah, we're going to need some lead. I ain't making it out of anything good. There's 100 gone already. Yep. Let's what do we need? Electrical engineering skill. Nuts. Okay, what have we got? Harold and George here. Let's have a look. Harold has already got the digging skills. But what does he need? Electrical engineering. That would push him up by 3. What about George? George has got morale need of 9. He's got more of that. That would put him very close to mechatronics engineer for later, so that would be perfect. Perfect. You get those skills. Hopefully he won't get too crazy. He's already having his lunch. Popped eardrum. Well, yeah, you would have popped eardrums in here. In here. We'll pop in a airflow tiles to keep the air all moving. Keep it moving. Yeah, we got to put some nice things around. So now that symbol's disappeared, so that we have got someone who can build it. Harold can deliver to it, but he won't be allowed to build it. In order to not let this water out yet, well, we might have to let it out, actually. I wouldn't mind making this 4 high. We could just dig a ladder down here and make a sort of temporary storage for this water and drop it out. There's a thin layer of abyssalite, so we should be good. It's not going to break. Some water above it, but abyssalite is super strong, so there's a thing. We could drop a ladder, say, I'm going to bust down there, so I'd like to drop the ladder under the water, close enough to there. We go down to, yeah, that's a bit thin there, isn't it? Close that and then put a dig just here. Don't mind digging oxalite. People think, oh no, you dig oxalite, it halves the mass, you're going to get half the oxygen. No, not true. You still get the full amount of oxygen from it. Don't worry about it. You can dig oxalite up as much as you want. Yes, it halves the mass. Doesn't matter. Right, so what we're going to do, what the ultimate thing is, we're going to try and put a wire all the way up to space. Put in a couple of solar panels. And then we can have power down here. We can put a couple of generators up here, a couple of those transformers. Then we can power toilets. We can power things that keep running out of power all the time when we're trying to use these plug slugs to do it. Plug slugs got cramps, so there's no plug slug egg now. So they're going to die. This one's okay. He might actually, he may actually lay an egg. We don't know. We're digging all this out with the intention of just following the abyssalite along and making a room here to drop all the polluted in, maybe even this polluted at some point, all down here. If this polluted is kind of ungermy, this bit is very germy. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. 55,000. Yeah, it is. Okay, this side's very germy. That's because I forgot and the bottle empty was left on and they cleaned the toilet and put the water in here. And now it's gone crazy. That gives us the opportunity to try something with the lamp to see if it will kill the bacteria. I'd like to find out. I do not know, so let's try it. Might work, who knows? So that'll dig down here, dig that out. That will let that water into this room. Then we can dig up here, let this water into here and into there. There'll be enough space for it then. Dig around and open this up. I don't want to drown the pips and the trees. I want to keep the trees if I can. Oh, we found out that there's a water geyser. 8.9 kilos per second at 95 degrees C, and another aluminium volcano. Wow. Well, this side will not be without power when we build that. We could put a tamer on there. It's not got much space, though, considering there's a water geyser right next to it. Perhaps we could combine the two. One massive, thing, because they're on the, they're not on the same level. Unfortunately, if they were on the same level, or if I was going to have this and choose it, I'd rather the water was higher, because then it could pour down onto the other one. But yeah, that could be fun. We could have steam turbines in here. This already comes out at 95. So it's already really hot. You only got to warm it up a little bit and you've got steam. Steam for days. Because we learned from the other one that it's better to have 3 turbines on it. Closest I could push a turbine here would be there. 3, 4, 5. That's 2. 1, 3, 4, 5. That's right over that one. Yeah, we'd have to combine the 2. Maybe put 5 steam turbines and just have them both in the room. We'll see how it works. Because you only need the sweeper on the aluminium side. You don't need a sweeper for water. Can't sweep water. Doesn't work. Tried. I tried once. Let's delete a couple of those tiles. One of these. Can you get up here? Delete any of that? Yeah, probably not a good idea, actually. Yeah, don't bother. I don't want all that mud falling down. Right, excellent. Nice. Yeah, we come and have a look over here, but there's a crashed satellite which is radioactive. That's killed all the bacteria around here, though. Look at it. Even the slime doesn't have any bacteria. 0 surface germ slime. Clean slime. Well, that's a nice thing. Cool salt slush. How cool is cool? -10. Not bad, actually. Oh yeah, I remember now, because there was a polluted one. Any more for any more? I keep thinking these little rows of dirt are more. Another cold biome here. Something there. There's a carbon dioxide geyser there. Very useful having a cold carbon dioxide geyser right in the middle of your beehives. Then you could kind of control whether they sleep or not. You could open the carbon dioxide and make them sleep. You could go in there and sort things out. But why bother when you can just use a suit? Yeah. Let's just dig that so they can run along there and get to that. And then we'll go back to whatever the heck we were doing. Haha! We were building things in here. Put that on, put that back, everything. Oh, no. Cancel. Power first. We need power wires, Captain. I want to make the inside bit out of lead. I know you can. It doesn't matter. They don't care. So we could go down. Would that be better rather than going up? Probably look better, wouldn't it? Go around here. Out to there. Well, this one will have to come. Well, you got to be awkward, haven't you? Yeah, you can go down like that. That's okay then. We can put that one in. And we won't put that one in until that's done, and that's looking good. Power-wise, I don't think there's any power on this wire. Not anymore anyway. Well, we'll snip the pump off, because that's not necessary. Deconstruct all that. Liquid pipes. From there down, deconstruct all that. Perfect. This pipe, I don't know where it goes to. Oh wow, we sent it miles, didn't we? Oh wow, it goes past 2 volcanoes. All the way up here into there. Okay, fair enough. You're the return of the crude oil. That's the crude oil pipe. Yeah, that comes from there. We need a separate way to get the water down here. Best way. We've got magma to the right of us. Neutronium to the left of us. Here I am. Stuck in the middle. Right. So, salt water there. We could potentially put that through a desalinator and send that down. That would use that up. The ultimate goal is to expand this and use this for that. This thing puts out 1.28 kilos a second. They use 1,000 a second, so ultimately that would be perfect. Now that deleted the whatever it was that was in here. Naphtha that got in here. Build a ladder down so they can actually get down here. A couple of ladders still in there, in situ. Deconstruct all this automation that we used to have in place. All gone. Oh, we can deconstruct this automation. You. Rid of you. Power wires. Want to keep the power wires. Yeah, don't destroy those just yet. Where does it go? We definitely need power down there, don't we? Go to power. We'll need power for this lot. Where does this power wire go to? This line here, which has too much on it. Yeah, we'll have to do some finagling. Sort that out. What are you? Get chlorine. Oh god. Let's brick you up from there, please, and we'll get rid of that one for now. If anyone gets stuck that side, it's too bad. Should have been bloody sensible. Ladder and thermo aqua tuner. Yeah, I know the thermo aqua tuner. This one is dead. I'm gonna suppress it for now. We'll get in there and sort it out. This is way too hot for the tuner because it's not cooling it down anymore. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add this loop to this pipe and we're gonna let it flow out. The way to do that would be to nip it there. Just join it to there. Put off. And it should flow out now. There we go. Taking it in turns. You first. No, you go first. No, you go first. Yeah, and it will make the smaller ones up to a 10k packet. And that will empty this out, which will stop it constantly making this overheating. Overheating. There's another batch coming and you still haven't emptied yet. Hurry up. Yeah, we'll come in here and sort that out later. There's no rush. That was just a silly project that was unnecessary, really, because it's coming out at 139 anyway. Wasn't really doing a lot. The temperature. Oh, we can build it when we've got supercoolant or something. We'll load it with that. A bit better. Using petroleum to cool petroleum, which is a bad plan. Come on, don't freeze on me just as I'm about to snip. Said the doctor. Come on, come on. Okay. I see a little punk. Punk 444. Scaramouche, while you do the fandango. Thunderbolts and lightning. No, don't do that. Oh, I'm going to also suppress that because that's annoying. Alright. We'll come back to this at a later date. This can just flow. Coming in hotter. Coming in hot, Captain. Coming in hot. Look how low our liquids are. There's more coming. Not much more coming, is there? Crikey. Is this getting hot, though? No, if anything, it's still getting colder. There's more coming through the system. Here comes another batch. Here comes another batch, and another batch. Like a train. Constant train tracks. Of doom. No. Deconstruct. Now let's check there's nothing in here first. No liquid pipe. No power wires. No gas pipes. We're not going to mess something up, are we? No tracking. We will deconstruct with impunity. I was in the wrong view and I couldn't see what I was doing. Do that again. Boom. Let's drop that down another peg or two. Now that should be sending a green signal. So if we look here. Can we see? Huh. I don't think I did it right. Liquid pipings. This is coming down here. Only 650 grams. That all. Adding to the 500 grams that we got going in there. That seems like a tiny, tiny amount. What's going on? Oh, that's probably what all this makes, is it? Makes 4,650 and it's putting 4 grand that way. This is limiting it to... No, it's not limited at all. It's just a shut-off. There's no limiter there. But that's just what's left after it's been taken by this, because this has priority because it's a bridge. So this will take what it needs for the oxygen. It always takes 4K, 4,000 grams. And whatever's left at this moment is only this running, so it's only 650 grams. That's why. When there's water flowing in here and going around the system, yeah, fair enough. We add that as well as an extra. Take that off now, that doesn't need to be there. Yeah, so when this cooling loop starts running again, it's probably because the brine is, yeah, it's dormant. Usually, yeah, these are dormant. Dormant and dormant. Now maybe we can pump some across from the nice cold one on the other place. We have the skills to do it. We have the power now, Luke. Build this down. Place a door. Just one of these types of doors. Make it out of steel so it doesn't melt. Bust that open and we will... It says it's overpressure, but I think it's overpressure because there's a tile on it. So we need water in this thing. How are we going to get water in here? And they still haven't delivered the power wires. Let's, well, that's because they're on a very low priority. Do that, please. I don't know where this gas pipe goes. We'll follow that in a minute and see where that goes. Right, so that needs its automation as well. Needs its little hydro sensor that can go directly above it and down into it like that with a bit of steel. Yes, that can be told not to run. Then that probably means I want this a bit higher again. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine like that. Right, so this we want water down into there. Main thing. Oh, we want power first. If we can figure out the power, then we can do water. Now that goes left. This is... No, I don't want to follow that. I want to follow the power line, which goes right. That goes to this one. Goes to all of this fish tank stuff. Oh, God. This one just does this section. What is it saying? Conveyor rail blocked. Oh, conveyor rail's blocked. That's bad. What's wrong? Hard to see. Oh God, it's a jam up. What's wrong here? Fry egg. Got to come over here. Ah, we never connected it, did we? Up it. Right, now you can flow. There's eggs everywhere. When I was messing around with it before, I unplugged it. Got to reconnect it. Oh, we figured it out. Things are now flowing. Paku fillet is off to the fridge. Freezer. Fry eggs are coming around now. It will work properly now. We haven't got any in here. Been open. There's like one egg. Oh, you muppet. Oh well. Right. Excellent. Now we've got it going. How do you limit the number of eggs it scoops up? Punk asks. Well, what I was thinking of doing is, it drops all the eggs. Basically, if they're fry eggs, they get put here. Any other type of egg just gets left in this chamber. This one will scoop up other types of eggs. Oh, isn't it? There's a raw egg there. Yeah. So it will sweep up the other types of eggs and just drop them. Where does it drop them? In this room, where they'll flop along here and drop back in the tank again, so I don't mind. But we don't want other types of eggs in here. But the doors is what controls how many eggs. Because this door is open, because there's no eggs in here, there's a sensor here that says we want 2 critters in here. And if there's less than 2, then open that door, close that one. So when these hatch, they'll flop along and land in this one. We'll need new fish in the sense of, yes, this is where the new fish, they keep recycling. These will populate the fish tank, and this is the area where the vast majority of them live. They don't get fed. They'll just be for food, for eggshell, whatever we can get out of them. And this is the actual breeder tank. Now the breeder tank should be with, I did originally plan it for 4, but for some reason they were kept being overcrowded, which I can't quite understand why they're overcrowded. Because this is a big enough room for 4, where you count the water side. That's why we bricked this in as well, to see if that would change anything, but it didn't change anything. They still were overcrowded. But the thing is, if they're eggs from the tame ones, I think they should be tame. But the eggs from these, well, they'll stay wild. They won't be tame. But over a period of time, you end up swapping from wild to tame. And you can also, if you put them in these incubators, they also come out tame. What I was thinking of doing is, because this is now in the wrong place, it's right above this. Doesn't really matter. They will drop in there and come around here. The way I normally do it is I lock this door off. You can't get to this one. This is why I normally build it much bigger than this and have loads of rooms. So if this door is locked and they can't get to this one, they'll just drop it into this tank. A free roaming tank. It's normally a lot smaller than this, but they can drop it in there. So you put doors on it and you say, no, can't come in here. Press that. Right. Yeah, that's how I normally do it. And then I control like whether the babies get dropped in here or get dropped in here, depending on whether they can have access to this fish release above the breeder tank, or whether they've got access to the fish release above this. We don't need to put it there. Put this up in this room and just lock these doors. So like if they can't get to that one, they'll put it in this one, and if they can't get to this one, they'll put it in that one. But the way we decided to do this one was by dropping the eggs here and letting the doors decide which way they go by sheer volume of eggs. There should be so many eggs that, you know, we can actually put a critter sensor in here now because we've got the room now, I think. I don't think these critter sensors care where they are. You could put one there. Then, because this is a tiny 3-tile room. That's why I thought they were saying they were glum and overcrowded. Because if you feed them, they shouldn't be glum and overcrowded. Oh. I've overwritten that piece. Right. Build the critter sensor. It's nice to have one in this little area where you're dropping it. So instead of using these and the fish release, I tried to combine it and make it very small and compact. Now, we could move these doors back by one because they can't get in there then. But we could put doors on this side and we could lock the doors that they can't get to this fish release. It would be possible. Put another set of doors here. And then we could set that so that if this side is open, they can get to that. And if this side is open, these doors are locked, so they can't get to this one, so they'll use that one instead. That's the theory, anyway. Because if you put a fish in there, it literally hatches within a day. It's really fast. So you can literally cram through loads and loads and loads of eggs. We could make a floor in here and let the sweeper, which can reach the eggs, put the incubator here, so that the sweeper can actually put the egg in there. And they can just release it in this room. We could put that right next to it and just let them just carry on releasing eggs into this room. But then you'd run out of eggs here because they'd hatch so fast and they'd all get put in here. You wouldn't have any breeder fish, and it's the breeder fish that keep it going. You need some kind of way of doing that. That one's trapped in the door now, so I will wrangle him up. Yeah, well, I will attack that one. Just get rid of him. Right, so what I'd have to do, I think, I'd have to move this up to this room and then lock these doors when these doors are open. And then when these doors are closed and locked, these doors are open. That's the only place they can take and get rid of this one. Put it in that room. Look how many sweet eels just breed without any food or anything. They just breed like crazy. They're a good source of calories then. You don't get much out of each one, but there's a lot of them. I could put the meat on a thing so they can add it to the freezer, but then they'll get in an infinite loop, taking the meat out of the freezer, putting it in the thing, and it goes back in the freezer again, which is a pain in the arse. Have some fried mushrooms, why not? I tried to do it this way. I don't know if it was very... There's 19 eggs in there. Press that symbol so it's not annoying. Press that one as well, just above it, so I can see what I'm doing. Deliberately didn't suppress these. Yeah, 19 eggs in there. I click that off, 0. I click that off, still 19. So that's what it's got to count. The problem is with this system is because we got a lot of our eggs from the gate. You get 7, or I think it is 7 or 8 fish at a time. I think 7, isn't it? So quite often when they hatch, you get 7 fish all at once, and they all flop in here, overcrowd the place like crazy. It isn't very effective. I'd rather kind of, I don't know, use the fish release up here. Dead. And just lock these doors so they can't get to it. It might work. Normally I'll make a much bigger system, so we could just get rid of this farm and actually make it properly designed to do that. Maybe we could move this storage bin, move the doors along and have that lined up with this that can drop properly into the water. Actually, just move the fish feeder over. Would probably be better, wouldn't it? And keep that where it is. That way the doors stay lined up. Yeah. I was just using this as a dumping ground for the sweet eels. I think all the worms turned into sweet eels, didn't they? Didn't have any left. Yeah, because they have an increasing egg laying chance depending on what they eat. So they're more likely to lay sweet eel eggs because they're not getting the food that they need. Well, we could just get rid of them and make this like part of the fish farm. Instead of having this door open all the time. It doesn't matter if that door's open because we could control these to lock. We can't get to the fish release. We could do it. Right. That would mean putting in a couple of mesh tiles while we're up here and then getting back to what we're supposed to be doing. Do that and then put one of those there. Boom. Then the sweeper can reach it. So can the dupes. Could just swap that up there with one of these sideways doors and put that up in the room up there. And the dupes would have a choice which way they go with it. If this one's locked, they'll go to this one. If this one's locked, they'll go to this one. With the egg. Well, with the baby. The fish. Okay, let's come down here. I want to see what's on this wire. Can we take any of this off of that wire and add it to this wire? This has only got 600 on it. Yeah, so if I pause it a moment and I snip, no real need to pause it. If I snip there and there, that's now 1080. I snip, really snip that piece off, can I? Because this wire doesn't go far enough. Oh, we'd have to lay another wire in the floor, which would be a pain in the ass. Actually, the best way of doing that then would be to lay a wire there. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sneeze attack. We would have to automate this. Right now, this sensor is saying there's no eggs in here, no fish in here, sorry. We need 2 fish. So it would have these doors unlocked. And this room should be locked right now. No entry, so they can't get to the fish release in here. We'll get rid of that. We might do this. Deconstruct this stuff now. We'll leave the millions of sweetles in here. We'll let that door actually go back to auto. We'll give it a try. Why not? While I'm building my wires. Right, good. I want to separate that bit from there. Connect it to there. And then see what's on this wire now. On 320, we can actually carry on. Yes, we can. Nope, not like that. That, please. Let me click. Thank you. No. Right, now what? We can definitely take that one as well. No. Along the bottom, build that bit. We're not doing anything with that just yet. I'm just gonna... What's on this wire? What's on this one? 1800. Might be a bit too much. That one could take it. That. Room's getting cleared out. There's a few in here. We'll just murder them, I think. Yeah, let's take to the weaponizing. And we'll get rid of that weight plate. That doesn't need to be in here. Sweep out all the junk. Floor button. That was originally going to be for weighing what come out of one of these chutes. But over here we're using it to feed the critters. How's that? When to shut. Quite useful. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to want to feed the critters because all our stuff is so hot. Yeah. I'll have to change that to 45. There you go. This is supposed to be full all the time. This whole thing is supposed to be chockers with whatever food you're feeding them. And then these are controlled by the weight plates. Quite useful. Very useful tool. I like it. Deconstruct that now. We'll put one of those, it looks like you have to construct a tile to get to it. Okay. Do such things. Why is there so much plastic appeared here? Oh, it was the ladders. Yeah. Is there anywhere to put this meat? You're standing there like a crazy person. Unrefrigerated meat. Can you put it in there? No? Is that egg still sat there? Raw egg. Fresh. Fresh. Well, we can add raw egg to that, I guess. Ingredients. Not a cooking ingredient. Raw egg is apparently food. No, that's not the right place. I'm looking for edibles. There's a fried egg. Oh, save game. Sip a drink. I tried using the floor button to do that thing to make them drop the hot magma. Or the hot igneous rock, but it didn't really work. Because if they're running out with something in their hand and then they weigh too much, turns out a duplicate actually weighs like... How the hell do you sweep out a raw egg when I can't find it on the list? Find omelette. I'm just not seeing it. Well, there's raw egg. There we go. Get rid of that raw egg, would you? Alright. Oh, I was doing that, wasn't I? Yeah. That's now powered all the way along here. I might as well just way along. Right. Okay. So this power line comes underneath. Now only has 500 watts on it. Most of that is these things. It's kind of pointless. It does do this pump. And we can connect it here. Connect it here. And deconstruct those weird bits. That needs doing. And then it comes down here. All the way to where we need it. Oh, it's already powering that. It's already connected. We can come in here and we can set this chlorine gas vent to analyze. And we can dig that tile out. There's many ways to do each thing, like hatch farms and fish farms and stuff. My fish farms usually end up massive because I do weird things like all these rooms and doors locking and stuff, you know. A lot of people do it in one tile and go, here you go, here's a fish farm. Reddit's got a few designs and Clay Forums have got a few designs and Steam has got a few designs. I just type it into your favourite search engine and have a look. Yeah. I don't bother. See, do you think I'm going to just cancel this because they're not going to sweep it? Oh, look at it. Oh, maybe they are. As and when it gets ready. There's so many options to doing things and there's no right way to do something. That's an awesome aspect of this. You are not doing it wrong. You are doing it your way. And some people think that right is... no, that's not the right thing. Some people think that right means efficient. Some people believe that doing it right means compact. But I think if you've got a map this size and all this space, you might as well not be compact. Just spread out and have fun. Yeah, if you're doing a tiny base or something, then you're challenging yourself. Then that's fair enough. But how you want to do it. Do it how it makes you happy. So they are coming to get this meat. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to cancel the sweep here. And I'm going to delete this tile. And I'm going to delete that tile. And I'm going to delete that tile. I'm going to let it all fall in the water. And it'll probably get brought back up and dumped here again in a minute. But hey, never mind. We could just send everything we don't want now to the freezer. I think that's a good idea. Instead of sending everything to this dropper, I think we'll just send everything to the freezer at this point. Oh no, because there are a couple of fish and I don't want them hatching in the fridge. Well, like that Grub did. They're looking around in here and there's a flipping Grub in here. I'm like, what? Now I'll just let it drop down here. Cancel the sweep. There's meat and stuff in here, but yeah, we'll keep it from going off, I guess. Probably. Yeah, there's junk falling right there, so we can't get all the junk out of here, but at least we can move it to a more tidier spot. Now, build those back again. Perfect! So now we have to control entrance and exit to this room. All the junk that's on the floor there, they can still reach from out here, so I'm not bothered about that. They might not be able to unless we give them a ladder. There. So, when this is locked, that one's got to be open. When this is open, that one's got to be locked. They won't be able to do things like running through here anymore, so they'll have to go up a floor. And they can't come through this one. So the dupes will be able to run in and put an egg in. The sweeper will also do the egg thing. It can sweep through that door and put it in there. And then when the egg is ready, they will look to see if they can get in either one of these rooms. And if they can get in one of them, they'll put it in. That's the perfect plan. We'll also probably... I mean, at this point you can waste power, but I'll probably just put a cycle sensor on it. But only runs for 20% of the day or something. You know, you don't have to do that as a beginner when you've not got much power. I have the power now, so I could use it. I also have 19 eggs. So, if this fish release... I'd rather move this feeder along. That is annoying like that. Yeah. If we delete these ladders, the guy deleting the ladder can't get out. We've kind of got to kill the fish feeder. Deconstruct it. Go on. Deconstruct the fish feeder. I'd rather move it along so the fish plops straight in the water. It would look better. And also, coming out of here, I want them to drop straight in the water. Unfortunately, it does mean that they'll probably be able to fill the fish feeder from outside this door when it's locked. I normally have that done automatically by the sweeper. But in this case, no. I'm going to put just enough ladders for them to kind of jump across and get across here. Thank you, sweeper, for helping out. Pick some plastic up and put it in there. Good job, good job. Don't know if it will be able to reach the fish feeder, though. Right, so we will start removing ladders. And we'll come back to that after our little jaunt with this power wire. I want to just... Yeah. That would look so much better if it just went straight like that. Probably... Can they get to that? Yeah, they can. Come through and it will go straight along the top. No. Not the best, but it's in water, so who cares? You can't see it. We're expanding our small design. So if two fish get plopped in here, this sensor will shut that door and open that one. So all the eggs will actually flopper into here instead. When they hatch. There should always be eggs here. There should always be eggs here. People will be able to do that job. We'll set that to 25% of the day, let's say. When should we make it for? A little bit after wake-up time to give them a chance to get the job. And yeah, that sweeper's ready to go. That's ready to go. I won't power that just yet until I've got this automated properly. But before I set these to what they got to be, in case any of these... If they find a fish somewhere, I don't know, they're not going to find a fish, are they? We need to go from this that controls the doors to control these as well. So when this door is open, we want these doors open. When this door is open, we want these doors open and vice versa. Right. Okay. In that case, what we can do is just add it straight to this automation. Right. We've already got automation coming here, so if we just extend these a little bit, extend that one a little bit, make it out of gold, why not? We're rich. And we'll come across the fish feeder, but we won't touch these just... Oh, we can actually. Yeah, we can. Because we can let them get in and out at the top. So they can get in and out of that one. Make sure they can get in and out of that one. Same here. Yep. Probably not this one because I've probably cancelled it. But that doesn't matter. I'm going to do that. Now this one, Now, do we need to flip it? If this one's open, this one's open. No, we don't need to flip it. So we don't need a NOT gate. I pressed it too many times. There we go. Now we can come along to... Ah, there's a door there. I want to get rid of that. No, because they do drop fish in here occasionally and they've got to... They can't get out. Not with a door right there. We've closed this now. So we will just carry right on through that one. And yeah, we'll go to that one and to that one. Unlock them. The moment they can get in and out to do the work because we've left this open. So we'll have to tile this and we'll have to put one in here instead. Yeah, we'll have to put a flat. So that they can... So if any the tropical ones or whatever get in here, might as well use these tiles to do it. Right. Do that bit for me. Right, well, oh no, while they're already getting rid of these tiles. Come on, get rid of this one. I can put the sideways door in. There we go. We'll let them do that, and then I'll be right back when I'm looking down here because I want to make sure this is getting done as well. We need water down here a lot. Right, we need to build a liquid pipe. That's for the crude oil to come out, so we can't use that one. I don't like going too close to it, so we'll come up just so that if we need to rewrite something, we're going to have to here. Oh, where's the water coming from, though? Probably going to be coming from here, so yeah, we'll just follow that one. How hot is this? It's fine. Right through there. Follow that up. Hang on. Gotta be careful here. Got a liquid pipe that's already going through these tiles. But we don't want to let that water out. So we got to put a tile there. Pipe into it. And then carry on up here. Normally don't like putting them too close to each other, but yeah, I don't think there's anything else going to be going around here, so why not? Where's the where we get the water from? The liquid pipe stuck in the middle of that. We want to expand this. How big did we make that one? On my pen and scan. Ooh, yeah, it's over here. It's pretty damn big. I want to do a similar thing with this little droplet of crude. Now, this is actually absorbing the heat. That's probably not a brilliant plan, is it? Still sending water down here. Not much, but some. Don't suppose it needs to be a lot, does it? We've got the cooling loop coming through here, so it's still raining in here. Awesome. Like it. I'm not sure I like this anymore. Because this is going to be putting heat into the glass forge. It's supposed to be sucking heat out of the glass forge and putting it in here. But I guess that's just because we dropped it by so far. Hit the floor. Okay, fair enough. So it's pretty darn big. The main take is like building this stuff above the vent. Because I do want to put the plastic back in. I want to get plastic being made, although this thing seems to have changed over to plastic completely now. Every time I look. Doesn't seem to be any. We will need to make a reed fiber plant. What's in here? Hydrogen. I want to get rid of that. Can we pump that out? Get rid of that to space or something? Is this one still connected? Yeah, that one's still connected. Yeah, I think we're just gonna... There's a little layer of hydrogen in here. And it seems we work perfectly fine to this point, so they don't seem to consume the hydrogen. So I think we're just gonna let it out. Let it all out. Connect it. We could be really awkward and connect it all the way around. Just adjust that. Let that off. Come over here. Nip that off. Boom. Connect it to that. Come up here and it will connect to that. I guess we'll snip off for now. Where did this go? It doesn't go anywhere anymore. That will then run back, all the way back again, down there and off to space. Good job, good rod. Get rid of that. Oh, hang on. That's on the input. We need to connect it. Yeah, so that needs a gas pipe. Come on, give me a gas pipe. And then I'll just check if there's any automation. No, doesn't seem to be. So that's done. I want to get rid of this bit of the old plastic thing. Deconstruct the vent. Construct some buildings here. Really hard to see what can be deconstructed and what can't. I'll be a bit careful I don't accidentally cut a power wire that we need or something. How cold is this now? Yeah, it's nice and it's just chilling that out. Could have that going up there to chill that. Cooling loop. What's the problem? Why is there no crude coming up? Crude coming up from that one. Oh, it's being vented. Look at that. Beamer's doing some venting. We need to put a tile there because that's now attached and that's blocked that. This is filling up. It shouldn't be. Oh, finish your job, you muppet. Right, so there's a bit of igneous there. What we need to do is just build an igneous tile. The normal one, just to delete that gas. I don't care, we'll lose that bit of 10 kilos of natural gas. But I don't mind that. While they build that, I'll just pop to ugh. Ugh. What are you doing? You got nothing to do, have you? Got nothing to do. Wow, I meant to send some power wire over for you. Have you got something you can build? You can't get to that, can they, you muppet? We'll do that and do that. There isn't any natural metal here, is there? Well, apart from the aluminium, we could build it out of that for sure. But I don't think there's anything. There's another wrecked satellite in there. No. Do not think there's any metal here that we can use. There's aluminium ore. There's nothing like, you know. Let's drop a ladder down here. We can find out what that is. And probably we're gonna dig underneath it, I guess. And we'll dig down in staircase pattern. Find out what this one is. Do a bit of this and a bit of that. Just to dig in there a little smidge and see what it is. Smidge. Right, oh, we built that. So we need to send some more lead over. Let's go back to Lavini. I would have thought they would have built this tile, but I forgot to set it high. But Ellie's coming to build it anyway. You coming through the tube or what? There's more water down. There's always water down here every time I bleed on it. Busy. Always build a pit at the bottom of your ladders and your fire pole systems. I'm also going to upgrade this ladder, I think. Cool enough down here to make it plastic. It appears that we've got more plastic because of the ranch. We might as well just build it. Ladders to space. That's what I should have called the episode. Build a ladder all the way to space. What priority did I just do? Oh, God. Ah, I made that a 9. Ellie, are you still coming to do this or what? No, Nails has got the job now. Ellie's probably got distracted by ladders and plastic things. Ooh, let's do it. Let's make everything plastic. And then in 50 years' time, I'll be back telling them, no, plastic's bad for you. You've got to get rid of plastic now. Do you know anything? I'll convince them it's good for them right now, though. Once everything's changed to plastic, then I'll tell them it's bad. Come on, Ellie. Come on, Ellie. No, it's the nails, actually. Sorry. To the tune of Come on, Eileen. Come on, Ellie. Can I build it? Thank you. Now deconstruct it. Nope, don't do that. Whatever the heck I just deconstructed. That's all that job. Nails. Back. We'll deconstruct it. Come on. There you go. Now you can go. Thanks very much for your help. Thank you for your help. Now we may have to step this back another one. I'll see how high this gets. I want that to be submerged. Might have to sort of like, you know, another layer in here. Bring this up by one and then bring this up by one. I hope not to. I want to keep this, it looks kind of neat, all straight like that. Even do that bit there. Here we go. We got all the resources out of that section. All abysmalite. Abysmal. We're abysmal. 30 cycles of dormancy there. That one's got 5 cycles of dormancy, and this one got no idea because I've never been in here to analyse the thing. We've had that bugbear in our system since the start. I still haven't fixed it. Oh, has this got damaged yet, or is this okay? Well, they got rid of that robot healing thing. Get rid of the lab window. Run the ladder back across. Can we run ladders on there? Yes, we can. All of that. And every time I come up here, we'll do a little bit more. That looks like it was a regolith. Regolith meteor struck. It's a nice pile on top of these doors, isn't it? We can work out a way of making that automatically get munched up by the doors or something. We could do that. We'd have to do it virtually on the limit, build limit. I think it will pile up 2 on the build limit. If you put the doors right here, it'd still pile up only by 2 high. You can use that to your advantage. Make something that will actually kind of reach the right amount of distance with those robo miners. You have to give them a background, and you have to give them a liquid. They're in space, so they've got no way of exchanging heat, and they'll just get hotter and hotter until they explode. Working. But I'm thinking there's a way of doing it. Maybe with doors that can munch up all the stuff rather than robo miners. We'll see. Mushrooms are doing all right. Look at that. They're happy enough. We could get in here and dig all of this out. There's some more slime to be got. But I don't want to do that until I've... Uh-oh. Look at this. Something polluted this way comes. Is that because they opened a door? Yes. Probably because they opened a door. Let's stop them coming in here. We've got 2 entries here. We've got one where we're going to put some sand or regolith or something in to do these. We're going to grab that one. Bring it out a little bit. Where are we going to put it? We can put it down here. And then we'll put a conveyor loader. We could send this somewhere much more convenient. For now, it's just going to be dumped here. And we'll have to probably automate it a little. Actually, bring it in a bit further then. I think we're going to need... We're going to need one of those new things I haven't used. I want to cancel that one. We click. It won't let me click. I don't know why. Quite frustrating when you click on something and it doesn't click. So I think I'm going to try. I'll never use them. Oh, maybe I did use them. I've got a vague memory of something. But it is a conveyor meter. Yeah, so put a conveyor meter. So that'll come out of there and go into here. Then we'll cancel that bottom row again. I want to cancel just those. Well, not the mop orders. And then it'll come out of here. So that way, hopefully, we'll be able to sort of say, well, only once a day will it run for a certain length of time or something like that. I'm not sure how it works. We'll find out. Made. But they don't just put all our sand or all our regolith into this one tiny room, and then we've got no access to it because the door's locked. I just want to put a little bit in there that's enough to run it, and they can fill up the thing as much as they want, but it will only run like a certain amount every day. Ugh, water leaks everywhere. Have you ever had a water leak in your base? I reckon it was something up here. Yeah, maybe it's off of this because it's super cold. And it got warmed up and melted. That's what happened. All got everywhere. Oh, that's why I moved the wire up as well, because I was going to do that. We get a power. A little bit of power wire there that can go. And that's been built for ages and I completely forgot about it. So we can deconstruct. Right up to there. That's perfect. Come on. Don't deconstruct that. I think my game doesn't like this view. Too much stuff is slowing it down. Right. Excellent. So that can be moved and then we can put a little block on each side then. That'll stop. Any waters that drip on here will just stay in here instead of going everywhere else, which is very frustrating. I haven't done any other ladders. Well, it's your own fault and make your own lives easier. Right, let's just leave them. They can't moan, they got nothing to do. They got level 5 jobs they could be doing. Because it's a level 5 doesn't mean it's not important. Right, we'll slap something on this machine as well, I think. Means I want to come in to about there, I guess. Yeah. And we'll give it a floor. Insulated tile floor. We would use ceramic or... well, we can use a bit of obsidian. How far out are we going to go? There. That's all you're getting. Sorry, pal. This side we'll put a couple of obsidian. We can't put them there, but you can put them there. It's weird. There you go. Someone's going to get trapped on there, aren't they? But never mind. Their own fault. If they do, they do. Right. So we got a nice source of carbon dioxide down here. There's loads of it. Crikey. All got trapped here at the beginning. How are we doing for power? Not bad. That's 9.5. What's that giving us? 8.17. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. I like it. Let's bump up this little bit here. Just in case. I don't know how high this is going to come. Our liquid level. I'd rather come out another one, I think. Because then it doesn't matter if it just gets a tiny amount of liquid on it. I don't want to drop that down by one. But I want it more like this. This pleases me with a nice big tall entrance, but we can't do that properly. Yeah. We could just step back another one, dig that one out to these two out. That as ladders, come down. And then bring that in yet another one, because it only needs a little speckle of liquid on there, and that's an airlock. So if this did get too low, we wouldn't lose our lock. It'd still be a little blob right there permanently. Whereas in this situation, this could potentially pump out too much and lose that level. Probably wouldn't, but I'd just like to be careful. Well, it's good we moved that pipe along so far. Stay in there now. I'm not moving you again. Keep moving around. Keep doing stuff. Now, that's why I haven't done this section, because that takes micromanaging, and I need to be concentrating on just that and only that. Oh, this is done now. Even the little grain has been taken. Ah, you can forever puffed away in there to your heart's content. What temperature do you puffed at? 60 degrees. Oh, well, that's fine. This thing's going to be hotter than you then. Right, let's sweep away this junk. I don't know if that's necessary. That's not in liquid. That's in gas, but we're going to set it above that. But we've got to pump this out to a vacuum. The only time we can do that is once we have a liquid just here. So I'm going to go plumbing. Bottle emptier maybe. That'll do. Made of obsidian. That a bit overkill? Yeah, let's make it out of igneous. Put it there. All we need is a little drip of liquid here and we can pump this to a vacuum. I just put a vent on the end of that. Going to be a normal one or a high pressure one? Just a normal one should do. Yeah, it's not that high a pressure in here. So as long as we got a little blob of liquid there. Did we mopped up a little tiny blob somewhere of crude. I can't remember where it was. Don't remember where it was. I don't see any bottles. That was over here, wasn't it? Yeah, they've mopped it and taken it away. Darn. They've probably tipped that out in space now. Another bit we could get. No, I've been too thorough and cleared it all up. Bit up here we can mop. There's a bit to mop. That's crude oil. Right. So if we place a ladder right there, and we go up and tell them not to tip crude oil into space, please. Bad idea. Where is it? Oh, it's up here. Don't put crude oil in space. Check the other one just in case. Not set to anything. It's set to phosphorus. Yeah, because we had liquid phosphorus in here. So we got to set this up. That's got to be set to regolith. That one's got to be set to how many units per day limit? That's not per day. We'll need some kind of sensor to set that daily. How much do these things use? Oxygen it'll be under. So filtration medium 133 point per second grams per second. Wow. Produce clay and oxygen and heat. Oh, citrus scented. I never saw that before. Just citrus scented. Right, so I'm not gonna fuss around. Let's give it say 20 units. Obviously then we'll need power to this thing. Power to it. There isn't one, is there? So I don't like. That's wrong. We shouldn't do it. But I'm not making a thing down here. Well, we should do actually. We should make one. Cold enough around here to keep it cool. And then we'll need some kind of way of resetting that every day. Yeah. So this is kind of like sends a green signal if the limit has been reached. And otherwise sends a red signal, and then that'll be the reset point there. We don't care about the signal it puts out. We just care about resetting the amount. If we put a cycle sensor would be fine, I guess, because we could just do it once a day. Cycle sensor, so there. pop a little wire into there. And when that's built, we've got to remember to set that to say 1% of the day, just a little blip, just to reset it. Okay. Every day I'm shuffling. Then that will take the sand in and drop it into here. And then this will be set to what's it called that it puts out? The clay. Now is that cultivatable? Yeah, it's cultivatable. So that will sweep up clay and put it in there, and we've got to send that clay wherever it is the hell we want it to go. That's not going to be made out of steel. No, we'll make that out of... We used all our aluminium ore. That's ridiculous. We have not used all our aluminium ore. Yes, we have, because we've got aluminium, not aluminium ore. We can use iron ore, yes. And where are we going to send all our clay? Yes, we're going to send it. We're building this on a 5, yes. Thank you. We definitely don't want this getting damaged by meteors then, because we've got our rail in it. Where's the clay go? Oh, crikey. We've got further to go than I thought. No. Should be... Where is it? This is it, there. That's the clay. That's where the clay gets made. Well, that's where the clay gets turned into ceramics. Kind of want it there. Oh, there. Where were we? I've lost it. Oh, there we are. We'll come out to the plastic. Hopefully the clay won't be so hot it melts the plastic tube. I was hoping I could just literally drop that down from all the way up there. We technically could if we just put a little ledge there, couldn't we? Where do we need the ledge? We need a little ledge right here. Can that sweeper reach out that far? No. That would need dupe interaction. I don't really want to give them more to do. No, we'll bring it down. It's fine. It's fine. A little automatic system for making a little bit of clay will be nice. Stops the dupes keep doing it. And they get crazy carrying tiny amounts. And then they don't get any real work done because they're too busy doing that. So we'll drop in some regolith. I think they can use regolith. I'm pretty sure they can. Yeah, someone will come and load that. Oh, we've got to set that to allow manual use. And then the cycle sensor will just set to like a little blip. 1 second, 1%. There you go. That'll do. So every day that gets reset. I'll make it do it during the night so that when they wake up in the morning, that'll be one of the jobs they get to do. And that should reset that, and that'll allow another 20 units through. I don't know whether 20 units is 20 stacks of regolith or 20 individual, grams or something. I don't know. We'll find out. No idea. Is that 20 stacks of 20, which will be way more than it needs? There you go. I don't know. We'll find out. It's all the fun of the fair here. So, that one's already connected. It should be connected there as well, I think. Yes. That's all ready to rock and roll. We'll see how that works if someone ever comes to fill it. Problem with it being so far away, we might extend it. We might bring that one all the way back over here, where they sweep the lime to. Could do that. Let's put that up to a 6. Better. I'll doing little bits of it. Too many jobs, I guess. That's got to be a 9. That thing can be a 1, because I want the sweeper to do it. That thing's okay. None of the others are... these things. The storage bins near to the transit. Yeah, that's how they get around. Actually, that reminds me. You've given me an idea there. Put that up. I've got to make sure these are set to the right things. I think I just changed all the priorities of everything. So that one's got to be on a 9. Yep. So all the new ones get swept there. That one can be on a 9. auto wrangle surplus 0. This is the babies growing up. Is this the poke shells? Yeah, that's got to be on a hang on, that's 0. Yeah, so that can be on a 9. And this one is where they bring the babies. Well, I'll put them all on a 9, why not? And this thing can also be on a 9 for because it doesn't need much. Every now and again they got to hug it. Should have done the mop command on a 9 and then I wouldn't have interfered with anything else. I'll leave that on a 1 because they can eat polluted dirt and rock pile as well. Oh, someone's dropping plastic down the ladder. I'm going to find loads of plastic down here, ain't I? Know it. Uh-oh. Mop. Mop. Ah, I'm learning by my mistake. Mop on a 9. Otherwise, you won't do it. Yeah, mop there. That side's fine. Yeah, I don't like how this steam is getting contained by these metal tiles. Maybe I should have built them out of, like, this sort of stuff there. Can we build those out of aluminum? No, I don't think you can. Build them out of wolframite. But some things are made out of, like, the actual ore, and then some things are made out of the thing, and the only choices you've got is, like, steel or the ore. Which is really odd. Very odd to me. These two should be... the rain effect is beautiful, isn't it? It's really cool. Like that. First time I had that was totally not how I wanted it to be. It was because I had allowed water, and there was still the abyssalite bug in the game, and I'd allowed water into a room with really hot abyssalite on the floor, and they just started this little cloud of rain in the middle of them, and it slowly spread across the map. I'd already caught out most of it. That was a flat one. It wasn't weird shaped like this. There is also a way I've thought of maybe sort of if we dig out the bottom of this and we put rails in this diamond tile going all the way up the top, we could literally put all this really hot material in it and just have it cycle round and round and round until it gets cool enough to be dumped off somewhere. Then it will automatically just load some more in. I'm not sure we own any materials that could take that temperature until we actually get to space. Messing around. So there's some things going on down here. Right, that's good. Let's do that and do that. And that's got to be set to crude oil. If I go to properties, no, if I go to errands, there are jobs for crude oil. Means there's some crude oil bottle somewhere or other. If it says no, then there's nothing. Ah, there's it. There it is. That is the bottle of crude oil. And we can make sure. Is this all clean up here, mopped wise? Sweep it then. The crap off of it, and we'll get another one tamed as well. Copper volcano this time. Got power down here. Where are you going? Picking up a bit of copper. Okay, fair enough. Bit of steel there. We could delete that pump. We may borrow this, get rid of that, and just attach it to this to send it wherever we're going. We don't really need this. In fact, I will deconstruct it right now. Aha! We have a crude oil liquid lock. So now we can set this to below maximum, and it will pump us a vacuum. And a very convenient save game. Come on, game. Hurry up. Back to life. Good, good. That's now set to below whatever the maximum is, 20,000. So that will pump us a vacuum in here. We got that to just block it. So we got a liquid lock of sorts. And, yeah. You can just do what you want, mate, because we don't care about that. I would like to surround it in sort of insulted tiles, not made of obsidian. Just put a ladder here. There you go, so you can get round it. and do your jobs. Nobody's allowed in or out. Correct. Good, good. All been swept up. These data banks have been taken out. We have a liquid pipe installed. It goes all the way up here. It goes all the way. It's this one, right? Okay, priority. Make this one the priority now. Ah, yeah, that's right. I want to bust through there and let all this salt water out. So, yeah, we'll carry on. This one's being done. This is our one. Way up. It's the one on the left. And then it stops. Rather abruptly. Rudely. So, we are going to come in here, I think. We're going to come from underneath. Going to plant some... how big do we want to make this? I think we're going to have to get rid of this. But there's nothing in there that I want. Nothing there. There and... Ooh, actually, what's a better idea? I don't want to let gases in here. Let's start bricking this up. Let's start bricking it. Brick it, guys! Do that, can't we? You can reach everything from there. Everything. You can reach it all. Brick up in here, because a lot of this will be going. All this will be going right up to there, I think it'll be going. We'll leave this section in. We might be able to add that to the loop. Keep this cool when this is venting. But we're going to bring this down. Probably right down to here, I think. Make a nice drop for the steam. That way we got a good amount of water. And it can come quite low. As long as we can get our past and get over this, I don't really mind. There is another way through down. Yeah, there isn't really, is there? It's only way through there. We can get rid of this now. Come through this way. But until we get in there and deal with that, which I'm waiting till later because we might need to use these pipes. So we've got things set up. And then trying to make things go this way around instead of this way around, so that when we finished, we can let this volcano add to the magma down here and make it a tube of vacuum, and then kind of carve this thing out and let it just drip magma straight into here. And I think that would look quite cool when they're all going together. There's even another volcano, but it's right up here, so I think that's just out of the question. I'd like to use it, but I just don't think it's feasible. A copper one, and we got our liquid lock. Now we're pumping out to a vacuum. That won't take long. It's only a small little room. And there's plenty of jobs piling up, so the dupes can't complain that they're bored all the time. We've drained all the heat out of this. Look at it. That used to be 1600, all of this. I down to 1400, most of it. Unless this was all 1400 to start with. I think it was a lot hotter. Pretty sure it was. That needs to be done. What do you have the dupes doing so they are not bored? Well, I usually just bang a load of sweep orders in, like random sweep orders, but I can't do in here because a lot of this is really hot and they'd have to take it through there. So I give them sweep orders, and I tried to make dupes that would eventually be good rocket pilots. So a lot of them will end up like being on rockets and they'll never really come out of them. So I'll just stay in the rocket for infinitum, back and forwards in space. They'll just land and stuff. Yeah. Cleaning everything. So what I might do here is make this a little bit thicker until this is pumped out. What we might do is put a little thing here. Is there power here? Where's the nearest source of power? Well, having them run on a wheel is actually good for training. That's why I have that, where is it? The duplicate gymnasium room. You know, because they just wire it to a light bulb. Yes, a gym. Duplicate gym. You allow in who you want to train up, and whoever goes in there, you can check on their stats. It's very good to do when you've kind of established yourself, but you've got 5 or 6 very good dupes. If you click on skills, see these guys, they got machinery and athletics. Those are the 2 skills that will go up when they run on that, and they can go up to 20 each. They've obviously got more because they already have some points of skill in certain things and bonuses to certain things. So if you have them run on a gym, but they will run on that wheel rather than do your other jobs. So you've got to kind of put it in a room, put a door on it, and be very specific. I usually have a 1 door out only. I must tick that off. And 1 door where you can just kind of set it the default as no, but you can pick who you want to let in there. And at the moment, I think the only person that was allowed in there was the chef. I've even took him off now. He was spending more time running on the wheel than he was cooking food. Even though I set all the wheels to 1 at one point. I just love it. We'll attack this guy. I don't know how he got in here. He's trapped in the door. We got to kill him. Well, this has automatically said there's enough in here. There's 2 fish. There's current count 7. Exactly. 7 fish all hatched at the same time, flopped in here. Now there's 7 babies in this room, which is way overcrowded. We could take a few of them out. We could put those fish captures in there. And then that is now open this way. So any fish that get, any eggs that get dropped this side, good. Go back in there. Fry egg goes this way. So that should be reattached there. I was going to attach that to the food line and stop dropping it in here, but so this is now open. They can wander backwards and forwards again. I'm going to just stop them doing that. Just the sweetles by putting an extra door there. That way we can trap the sweetles in this room. Ah, yeah, that's the point. We better do the same there then. That door won't be controlled by anything. Duplicates can run through it, but it will keep the sweetles from running about. We could move them, get rid of them, chuck them somewhere else, put them in this sweetle sanctuary. Let's set that to 20 critters. And it's on a high priority, so they should all get swept into there. It's that one, isn't it? Yeah, wrangle up some of them. Get rid of some of them. Yeah. Why is that open? Oh yeah, I forgot. That's automatically opened because of the automation wire going through it. Well, you see how that's worked. When this door is open, these doors are open. When this door is closed, these doors are locked. Nobody can get in and out. But they can because we've left it open there. I'm now going to change. And that piece of meat is going to annoy me because I want that moved. But they basically won't move it anywhere. Until that needs a bit more meat. Make some barbecue. And that's got chocolates with barbecue, so chances are that'll take ages. You can take them away for me? Put them in there? Thank you. Nothing to feed them. I just want to get them the hell out of here. It's annoying. Now we'll get rid of that. We don't need that. We just let them all get wrangled up. Wrangle the lot of them. Get them out of here. They're annoying. Wandering backwards and forwards while I'm trying to think. Okay, let's go. Automation wire. We want an automation bridge, please. Give me a bridge. Doesn't make any difference. I just want one. Put it there. So we can nip that piece off. That door can finally close. And that automation wire piece there can go. Get rid of it. Now these doors are locked, so we've got to make sure they can get in. Yeah, they can. Doesn't just unlock or lock the door. It actually locks the door. It's really, I'd rather it just shut it. Doesn't have to lock it. And that door is now set as locked. You can just set it back to auto. Doesn't mean anything. Same as this one. I think that's not powered. We can set that back to auto, but I'll wait until this bridge has been done. You guys shouldn't need them on a 9. That's your job. Brine. Do we really need brine? No. We're only dumping it in space anyway. Aha! The bridge is now done and that door's opened. Good. We can now get rid of those. We now have an egg. We have 2 eggs back. And this will be a little bit more accurate, I think, in future. Because... they don't have food. Yeah, we were doing that. They need to have food. We've got to deconstruct those 2 ladders. We've got to put the food in. It will look a bit janky because it sticks into the side. It does go there, so it does work. So we need to go to food and we need to go to fish feeder. That's the fella. Put it there like that. They will be able to see through that door, so we could change that door to a solid door. At the moment, that's fine. Good. Thank you. Thank you. That's very much appreciated. Oxygen tank with a tiny amount of oxygen in it. A duplicate gym, you just power the manual wire to a ceiling light. That's all I do. And then when they're running on it, they're just powering their light. They're not giving the base any power. You could attach it, you could put it to the base if you wanted to, but it's just as easy to have them run, to train them rather than running to... I hope you haven't eaten all my seeds, fishy. Duplicate gymnasium. Run! There we go. That is now set up. And we can now add Paku. We can now add... What's the seed called? That one. Blossom seed. Boom! They should be able to climb through here. It's a bit unwieldy, but they should be able to get that out. Might just bring the ladder straight down the middle. Look a bit better. We can have to move that storage bin. I was being lazy by leaving it in there. Hopefully the fish don't say, "Oh, we're overclouded and glum." That doesn't make any sense. Yep, pick those up and put them back in there again. Excellent, thank you very much. See it filling up. One of them ball machine things. There you go. Beautiful job. There's still some there. 47 blossom seeds. Well, we could put a bin there and just store them in. There's a convenient bin here. Seeds. Blossom seeds, please. That can be on a 9. That can be on an 8. Okay. Doesn't need to be that high, but yeah, they ain't got anything better to do with their lives. They can do that. The ones that are trapped in the base can get on with that. How many we got in here now? 11 critters. How's it doing for pumping out? Oh, there's crude oil on there. That's been there for ages. I think that might have been there for ages. No, there's crude oil in there, but it's supposed to be. Have we stopped making glass? I think we stopped making glass, didn't we? We got some glass, but we stopped making it. It's all running okay. Looks good to me. Running out and it's pumping. Doing 333 per second. So 2 of these running should actually be faster than what we've got the petroleum boiler set to. Doesn't feel like it. Feels like that's going down, if anything. The 2 of them's running is more than 5k. They run at 333, but they do stop to be vented. So maybe we ought to cut it down a little bit until we get the 3rd one online. We've also got from this. How hot is this actually? That 1,000 is just keeping this really chill. Probably not even good enough for to kill these guys, because they need to be over 100 degrees to die. Cooked. Perhaps we should, instead of dripping that in there constantly, perhaps we should have just a temperature sensor in here, and if it gets over a certain temperature, it sends over to drip in, and if it's below a certain temperature, it just goes straight in here and gets dripped into the base. Yeah, I don't like this being held up here by this running. This is the return line from this. I don't like that. Hi, Glum Poker Shower. It's nice to see you in there, I must admit. So what I'd like to do is, this is a vacuum, right? We can come in here. We can sweep up what falls down. We can put an extra liquid vent maybe in the middle somewhere here. Yeah, somewhere there. Not sure how hot it's going to come in at, so I don't want it to be too close to that. I'd like it to have a chance to dilute temperature. We put another one, say, yeah, I'd like to do that. And this, what I'd do here is we'd reuse this piece of pipe. Deconstruct. That bit going along there, we'll deconstruct. That coming along there. This coming back from here can go through the top one instead. Yeah. Excellent. We can snip that off. If it works, we'll snip that off. Deconstruct those two. Connect it back. There and there. We'll have a bridge. Use obsidian. This one will connect to that one, and this one will carry on and connect to that one. Perfect. We can build that while we're waiting. Ah, I like it. I like it a lot. No, that's the wrong direction. Don't do that. Do that. Not connected to anything yet, so we won't have any problems with that. Get that bit done. You don't escape. That bit done. That bit can't be done because we can't get in there yet. It will be. Will be done. Just bust off this top one. I'll wait until we're ready. This is a vacuum. This is a vacuum. Let's just get it done. Let's click the bottom one. Get in there. They can run along there, build that, sweep the chunk out that they dropped. Ceramics? Yeah, ceramics. And get on with it. Right. Ah, they're destroying some more. Giving us more obsidians from those pipes. Hi, guy. You were right in there. I saw you. You evaded the trap last time, didn't you? I saw you. You evaded it. Quite sneakily. Very well done. I'm going to put a shipping auto sweeper right there, I suppose. Doesn't have to be there, but yeah, we'll keep it down the bottom. Might as well. Normally I wouldn't put them that way up, but yeah, in this situation, I think it's okay. Ah, he's already built it. Well done, you. I didn't even know you could get in there. Well, he's delivered to it. Need some more, but it's... So theoretically, with two of them running, they're making 333. Plus we got this thing on top as well, adding to it. And this is only running at 5. So we got 666. That sounds bad, doesn't it? 6666. 6,666. And whatever this makes. But they do stop and be pumped out. That's, yeah, okay. So this will now be shifted, oh, pardon me, up by 1, and it will come along the top and down to that one. And this will come in and just drop out here, okay? Are we going to get these pipes back? They're only igneous rock, I'm going to leave them. If they were obsidian, I'd dig them out and sweep it out. See how important obsidian is? All of that obsidian, we've already used it all. There we go. Build this pipes. Come on. You know you want to. Let's drink while we got a break. And that is 2 hours, so we'll get this bit done and I'll go and have some lunch. Oh, I'm hungers. I'm going to eat my drink glass if I get any hungrier. Those weird growling noises? Yeah, that's not a dog. That's my stomach. Right. Awesome. I will come over here. Ah, we need one more blob there, please. One more bit right there. Can that go there, please? Please do that. Priority. Uber important. Do that. Uber important. Please do that. And pick up that piece of ceramic. And then this will be changed slightly. We'll go up to there and that will come around here and drip out here. Right. So we can connect that one. And we can cancel any builds. Want to change anything? We want to get this pipe built. Very much we can cancel that one. No, don't deconstruct it. Cancel it. Now we can snip. I love all this stuff. It's really fun. I enjoy all this. Trying to rearrange things and make things happen how you want them to. Now, this is kind of... that's the problem. I don't really want that running through this crude. We'll have to do a little bit of change there, but that's fine. Because we can still use this pipe right up to this point and then change. Anywhere here we can change because this will be taken over. Now it's going up that way. And it's gonna join all that and drip out there. But no, it's not going to. We're going to connect it right here now. Cancel any shenaniganery. And why are you not flow? I think it doesn't like this bridge being here. Well, that's okay. Oh, no, there isn't a pipe on the end of it. Yeah, muppet. Cancel building that. I want to build it out of obsidian in this room. Yeah, priority. Build the bottom one, please. Ah, that's why it's not flowing to it. It's not connected. I will snip, actually, and let it empty by connecting it to there. Just to keep it flowing. I don't want it backing up in the pipe too much. It already has. Look at that. Whoa, it's backing up quite far. That didn't take long, did it? It looks like it's not running, but it is. It is. Don't want that. Don't build that. Right, somebody. Anyone coming to build this? Vent insulated liquid pipe. Errands. It's only obsidian. It won't take you 16 years. There's 4 of them going to do it. Come on. Do it now. No. Someone's coming. Look at it all. Construction supply. Don't drop anything in my tank. Why have you all... See that? Dropping stuff. Why did it take 4 of you to deliver it? Now you've got to sweep this crap out that you left in here. Come on. Get rid of it. I don't want it left in here. No. Getting rid of it. Now we can do this properly. Aha! Nipperoo there. We'll do it over there because this can just drain. Cancel any pipage. Let it just drain out. Let it all flow. Let it flow. I love it. That's nice. Good job. That last piece has gone through. We'll snip that. That is now its own dedicated pipe for the return from the cooling loop from this leaky, Mr. Leaky. I am also going to do a little sneaky. We're going to redirect it again, just a bit, and then it can come up there. There we go. This bit of pipe is now redundant on the igneous, so it can stay there, and that can snip there. Now it doesn't go through the liquid. lock and heat that up. I don't want it doing that. I mean, it's insulated pipes, so it shouldn't. While we're in here, we could go in and get that, but I don't care. Nope. Job done. Brick it up. Bring me some more ceramics back to brick that up with. It's amicable. We now have one for the other vent down the bottom, the other oil well. We have one for the leaky and one from the two from downstairs. Downstairs. Sounds funny like that. The two from bottom right, lower right. And I want to cancel that pipe. Don't actually build that. Yeah. Don't need to build it. Just take that out with you, please, somewhere. I know you're desperate for work to do, but crikey. How hot is this running back? Pretty nice, actually. Look at this tank full of magma. It's a thing of beauty. Once we got them all running, all three, I'm going to also snip the power to this thing, because that jerking around like that is being annoying. It should stop, shouldn't it? With no power? No, it's going to carry on. Suppress your problems, sir. We've got to get back in there and dig that out, but that's a job for another day. I'm not doing that now. Right, so we now have extra ways for our crude oil to come up on the bottom of the map. We all the way up here. Quite full now, that pipe. They must be really getting running now. Good. I want to see this filling back up. That was what was worrying me. So the intention is now to expand this, maybe run that insulated pipe. Actually, let's get rid of this other pipe that's in the way. You gotta go. You don't want to destroy your bridges. Make sure you draw your line like that. One line width. Right through the bridge, and then it will destroy the pipes under the bridge and not the bridge itself. So, did we empty the gas pipes? They seem to be empty to me. Hooray, it's empty, it's gone. Right, hang on. Gas pipes, please. Deconstruct. All of this crap. Yeah, deconstruct right up to there. Get rid of this. Get rid of it. Get rid of it all. We don't want it anymore. We can go. Pop it about there. Alright, that'll give them something to do. Get their teethers into. Teethies? Teethies? What are teethies? Well, they're not toethies. I'll eat your dinner with them. Yeah, let's do that. And let's also do that. And now we can... I want to keep this as a vacuum, so the easiest way to do that, I guess, is to brick in. Brick it. Brick in. Right, I'm going to come down to level with that, I think. So we'll start bricking that. No, not that. And we'll brick over in here. We'll brick that. We'll brick over all those as well. Why not? Because we can and we want to. Now we can get access, so I'm not bothered about bricking over the ladders. That's fine. We'll decide how wide we're going to make it once all this is cleared and all this junk is out the way and you can see what you're doing. Nails, just destroy stuff. Nails, do what you're good at. And do what you were born to do. There's a little piece of wire there. I have no memory at all of what the heck that was for. Get rid of all of this junk. They're doing it from underneath. Nice job, guys. Yeah, you just wanted to stay in the night decor to do your work, didn't you? And we can put this on a 7. All of that will get done. That's beautiful, beautiful work. Thank you very much indeed for your service. I'm not going to make that out of that. We're going to make this out of... we're going to go up an extra one. Like that? Yeah, probably. And are we going to put 2 on it or 1? Steam turbines, that is. Oh, we might as well stick 2 on it. It's not like we... yeah, we'll just stick 2. One that way and flip the other one. Put it there. And that moves the whole map. Thank you for confusing me. Rid of that. Rid of that. And is there a ladder down? Yes, there's a ladder the other side so they can get to where they've got to go. I'm not making that bit out of obsidian. We'll do up to there out of obsidian. We'll have to put a pump in here and pump this to a vacuum then, which means we'll need a liquid lock. Yeah. Oh well. Power. No, temperature, I mean, we can chop all this off now. That's got to go. Chop it off. Abyssalite endectomy or whatever it's called. Yeah. Abyssalitectomy. There we go. You're gone. We can come through here now, can't we? Yes, we can. And yes, we are. Boom, boom, boom. Temperature. Temperature. Let's make sure we don't dig it accidentally into something scaldingly hot. No. Want to do that. We want a ladder down there? No, we don't. Cancel that bit. Play that order. Although I did want to put another one like that, just to make that look good. Then we can cut out all of this junk. Goodbye. Oh, it's nice doing this. Just getting rid of stuff that you built temporarily and you thought, that's never going to go. It's going to stay here forever. But we can just do it all on a 7. Just do whatever you want. As long as it gets done, I ain't bothered. Oh, I look bothered? Does this face look bothered to you? I ain't bothered. Not bothered. That's all a 7. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. 7th order of the 7th order. Still got that to do. This thing they never bothered. Well, I can see that that's like less of a priority to you, but yeah. This is now a vacuum. We'll call it above from now on. That will turn it off. There's no gas in here. And that's just waiting and ready to run. We'll leave that to crude oil. We've got crude oil output already going up to there, all the way up to here. Well, all the way up. It carries on up. It carries on along through here, up into our crude oil tank. Wow, that goes on a bit of a journey, but it gets there. We will have water supply for when we've finished tackling this. We'll have water supply attached to this pipe. And we will put it on automation too. So we've got to send an automation wire all the way up there as well. To start with, I was thinking of just using this water that's here, putting it through a filter. I'd have to go through a desalinator and a filter. Some of it's just water. We could just clear this up by feeding it to the oil well. It needs a desalinator and a filter because some of it's polluted, and you can run the wrong liquid through filters and they don't care. So you put a filter and you put a desalinator next to each other and you run all the liquids through it, mixed up, horrible mess. Hello. Hello, Dusk Cap. It's still got 22 tons of slime, this machine. That there. All our slime goes in the other one now. This one. All our slime goes to there. Tons of slime. Working well, though. Worked well since we built it. Ah, they've even been doing up here. That's a shock. Right, another couple of those so we can put ladders in at a later date. You do them while I'm looking, please. That would be nice. So, Otto, make a decision, Otto. Make a decision. You could have done that, but no, you chose to do that instead. Now you do it. Well done, Otto. Just so that we can run. What's up here? Sedimentary and igneous. Yeah, we'll do igneous. Want to double thick that, because I don't trust it. I don't trust it when those meteors hit. Not to bust through it and smash into something important. That would be rather annoying. In fact, I think we'll stick another one of those just there temporarily. All of this is temporary. The whole space section is going to get redesigned. We're going to put bunker doors right up near to there. Not quite high. Just high enough. We'll automate the rocket system and everything. So that was a wild hit. Not in any hurry. Enough sand? 250 tons of sand in there? 250 tons of sand. Sweeper put it all in. They put it in there. The sweeper put it in there. It's on a one. I love it. This machine has worked quite well for cooling all our materials. Come round from these volcanoes. That's worked really well, but unfortunately our other volcanoes are right on the other side of the map. So yeah, that might take a while. Well, that gets done. Alright, we're working on it. It's a work in progress. Let us do that. Oh, let's do that bit so I can get that pipe set up. Now this has got to take some clean water, so we need a pump in here. Send some clean water down there. Is there another source of water nearby that we can nick? We're in enough toilet water. I don't want to take any out the tank. This water comes from the other. All this down here. That was that water. I suppose we could send that over there. There was actually a tank of water sat there at this side of the map for ages, and we destroyed it and pumped it all somewhere. I can't remember where. Space, probably. We could have used that to feed it. Never mind. Never mind. Maybe we ought to just set up this area here. Get some power down here. Yeah, power. We've got power there, but I don't know if it's enough to run one desalinator and one of those. What are they at? Power-wise? 120 and 480. Ah, yeah, the desalinator is powerful, isn't it? How are you, little fishies? Overcrowded. Well, yeah, I'm not surprised. Look at that. Let's deconstruct that other ladder. On buildings, yes. We'll do that, but then we'll get rid of that one. But they can still climb down, so I'm not moving that chest yet. Give you even more jobs to do. It's much the doing of the jobs. It's like thinking and knowing what you're doing and not getting confused. We'll put a couple of fish traps in here. Now, what we want to do is we want to set that to Paku. We can set this one Paku Fry and Paku. Yeah. Right, that will also be set to Paku only. No, hang on, it'll have to be Paku Fries because it'll be coming out of here. So we'll set that to. We set it already, have we? What's the power like on this wire? No, we haven't connected it. Yeah, we'll have to connect it to this one then. And we'll spin that around. About to get activated. We'll set it to fry egg. And the sweeper should put the fry egg in for us. We shouldn't need to do anything. Where is a fry egg? There it is. There you go. So when that turns into a little fry baby, if this door is locked, they'll put it in here. And if this door is locked, they'll put it in here. It's a bit annoying because they'll have to carry it all the way around to get to there. But never mind. Not very good, efficient design, is it? Yeah, if I was designing it like that in the first place, I would have probably put it all in the middle and had one door one side, one door the other side, with the incubator in the middle, maybe. I don't know. Invalid. Oh, steam turbine. Yeah, well, that's got to be done. Someone's getting some bleach stone for something. Good job, good job. Junk up there. It could be swept away. Get rid of that. Don't need that. That or that. Yeah. There is a tropical fry egg. There's a fry egg. That should be being swept out. Why are you not sweeping the fry egg out? That's a fry egg. Can you not reach fry egg? Oh, that one was doing that section. Can't reach it now because I changed it to these solid tiles because they kept saying they were glum and overcrowded. I have to move this one. If we move it to there, he still can't reach. Oh, we'll move it to there. That one does up to there. That one will do up to there. So we'll still have... Well, we'll just leave it in there. Sod it. Sod the expense. We can put another one in. We'll just flip this around, I think. Because that one doesn't use it. Only this one uses it. That one can't reach. It's got to reach the bottom of it. Let's extend the power wire 1 so we can flip it round. And also when it's flipped, it will need a little bit of rail going to this square here because it will be flipped the other way around. We'll do that. Wonder why there was a fry egg sat there and a gulp fry egg in the corner there. Yeah, they've all got to be sent. Well, they don't have to be sent because they'll just come here and then I'll drop back in the tank anyway. So they can just stay in here. But the fry egg needs to be up here. That's important. If it doesn't go there, look at all those. It goes in like bits and starts, and it seems to be like there's loads and then there's none and there's loads. You know, also got to get any eggshell out and junk like copper ore and stuff can be swept out of here. Keep the dupes dry so they don't get their little feet wet. Right. I'm going to do another couple of minutes to past, and then I will go for lunch. Because I'm starving. How are we doing down here? Well, they're finally building that. Well, yeah, you don't need to be telling me there's no gas. I know there's no gas. You don't need to be telling me there's no liquid. I know there's no liquid. Why did you pick that igneous up and then just throw it on the floor? That was a bit stupid, wasn't it? Those. I guess that can stay. Right. We're ready. We just need some water. And I think I'd like to put it here, but we'll have to run a power line somehow down there. Who we have? We have this. What are you running? You're running... you were running that aqua tuner, but you're not anymore. Now you're just running this pump. That's it. 240. Well, it looks like you're our candidate then. I'm going to change that to lead, and I'm just going to follow this down and see how to lay this. I don't want to hit things. Maybe the ladder is a good route. No, even the ladder is not a good route. What about next to the ladder? No, even that's probably... What volcano? Oh, it's a volcano. We're just going to brick that in. We're going to uncover it, analyze it, and then brick it in, but make sure we do it while it's dormant. We can come up this side of it. 2 away from the ladder. Okay, so I'm going to take that. I'm going to change it to lead though, not running steel all that way down. And in a big, long way up. Don't go down there. Really hot. Then we can come to this wire and stop. And we'll get rid of that bit of the wire and we'll take over this, I think. We'll take over this. And yep, we can use that to power our desalinator. And yeah, let's do that now while I'm thinking about it. It won't be here for long. I'll just get rid of this patch of water. What will we do? We'll go not refinement, is it? Yeah. Water sieve right there. The water goes in by the white one. Yep. And out there. And then we need a desalinator. Are they tall? No, they're the same height. Okay, good. You can both go there for now. Give you a floor. And then we need water into this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to literally... I know it goes there, right? If we put a tile there, I'm going to make it insulated though this time. I like seeing that. I mean, it's not that huge a weight there. We'll put that there. When that's built, we'll put one there, and then we can put our pump here and just straight through into there. I won't do it until that's built. Priority this little section up, please. I can see what I'm doing. That can all just be on a 7, I guess. Yep. We'll come in there and get that and brick it back up. So this wire and that will be inside a brick wall at the end. As I don't think we're going to use that. I deliberately did the volcano this direction so that we can kind of go past the back of it. Now we need to come up by a couple there so that we can start getting some water in there. We'll bring that down here. That's all connected, looking good. Please don't break. Little bit of abyssalite that's preventing all that water leaking. Please don't break. And we'll do that. Then we'll put a liquid pump in here. Doesn't need to be anything special. We can make it out of copper. Put it right in the corner there if we wanted. No, bring it over. We'll pump this. Doesn't need to be insulated. No, let's change that. And then we'll bring it down. I won't do that until I've done this tile. I want that tile done first. No. Well, that's not going to be first then. At least we can send some water down and start this thing running. I want to see our crude oil tank filling up rather than looking like a bit empty compared to how it was. That was only running it at 5. That's crazy, isn't it? 5k. Make all this. Actually, I want that made, so we'll leave that. A bit awkward for them to get to. Maybe I should have built at the top, but yeah, too bad it's there now. Well, there's a pipe here, so they can get access to it quite quickly. So you run your water out of one and into the other, basically. From that there goes into here, out of there, into there, and then out of there, into there. That will be fed down, make sure I'm going into the correct one. Yeah, and that goes into the water tank. Excellent. I'll go a bit more direct route when we've got rid of all the hot materials in the way. At the moment. This is only like a little temporary setup to clean up this water. Otherwise we'd have to pump it to space or something. Might as well use it. I thought I saw that drop then and I thought, oh no. Yeah. Supposed to do that. By the time it overheats, we'll have used up all this anyway, so I'm not going to run any coolant on it. That's it. It'll be done how it is. That just connects in down wherever it goes. Yeah. That pipe's got to be done there. Have to be, as not going anywhere yet. We're going to snip that just to make sure. Water comes down. This one, that's the lower one of the two. Yes, it is. And it comes down and it goes into the tank. Yes. Power-wise, we're coming down. Oh, that's nearly done. Okay. Power-wise, want to power that down there from this instead. Don't do that. That's not powered, is it? No, we've got to run the power then. That as well. For these two. Boom. I want to get all this section done first. There you go. Come and do that for me, will you? You know what would make it easier for them if they built a ladder along here. I think that would make it a little bit faster. Not much, but a bit. There's lead dropped by dupes lying around, so that's useful. I can rebuild it. Come on, get everything built. I will come down here and do something over here. I'll build another tamer on that. The more tamers you can build, the more free power you get as well, so that's handy. I mean, that gold one up will be useful, so that'll give us more power, because these things cost. They give power back in the fact that they make petroleum, so yeah, you do get power back. Cost you. Run. They're only 240 each, and occasionally the pump, but normally you only need one pump, and you've got a cluster of these in the same room. This is a bit of a different one because we've got one lonely one over here. The old map. I'm enjoying it though. It's different. Build this. Come and help. Come and help, guys. Come on. As long as they're not getting extremely hot igneous and bringing that through our liquid loop, our liquid lock, which they probably are. Oh, that's 44 degrees, so it's not too bad. I don't know where they're getting it from. Hopefully they're taking it from here. Bringing it up. Be careful with these guys. They will have you. No, don't go to bed. You were building it. Never mind. There's a bit of lead there. Grab that. There's a bit more lead there. Grab it. Nice. Useful having materials you need just locally available. Come on. I'm hoping by the time it gets too hot and overheats itself, we'll have used all this patch up. I'm not putting any automation on this, so this pipe is going to be full of water. Ew, I don't like that. What we could do is, yeah, let's go up here and see how much water there's there. We do a dig command. We do one bigger. Yep, there are 48 tiles there. Wow, there's more water than you think. 48, 150, 60, and 1, 61. And each one of those is 1,000, and that takes 5 tons. We need. Oh, that's perfect lineup, isn't it? That's beautiful. 20, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That. Put another one there. We can store quite a lot of water down here, but only this one will actually feed to the oil well. I think I'll cancel the front one actually. We'll just do the back ones. Yeah, okay, fine. We can also put some up here we could store the water in. Yeah, we could. Little shelf. Come down by 3 because you need 3 high floor to put it in. We can store some in here. I just don't like the pipe being full of water, but I don't suppose it will matter. Nothing hot down here anymore. If it was to leak, yeah, it's hot in the sense of like 60, but it's not going to cause steam. This bit's a bit dodgy, isn't it? We ought to brick that up. That's a bit hot. That's leaking heat out into here. I'll put a couple of blocks there. Could do a second layer. Just do liquid pipes in layers. Liquid containers everywhere, full of water. That thing will vent for the rest of the game because it says it's over pressure, but it still releases some. I don't know how it manages it, but it does. Yay! Water tanks for the win. Should be getting ready to run. That's not powered yet, so we need to run the power. Let's make this the priority then. Run the power, please. Run the power. Wouldn't that one be lead? Yeah, that can be lead. Fine. Run the power, then we can get it going. So excited to build all these tanks, aren't you? Priority 7. Bothered about that yet? That can be deconstructed when you get round to it. I know you love a good deconstruct. We will have... What's that set to? That should be set to above. Yeah, not below. Default is below, so you got to remember to change it. Not that it's got anywhere to go, I don't think. Oh, yes, it has. Yeah, it has. Why do you go the slowest route you can possibly find, you muppet? I'm going to take that piece of meat out of here. No. Where are you going? Is there a bit of lead somewhere that I haven't spotted? Probably. Where are you going for the nearest patch of lead? Should have put fire poles around here. It's just really difficult terrain to... When you give them too many ladders, that can actually really slow them down. Yeah, the lead's down here, the nearest lead. And they can only carry enough to do like four, I think it is. Yeah. Now, while they're doing that, I'll just carry on setting this up, but on a 5. And we'll get a pipe. Good pipe. I'm just going to use igneous. That's going to come down there and across there and into there. Don't join them together. Power wise, they're going to have to join to the main spine up here. That will have to come down. Yeah, that can come down this ladder. And I'll go up first. I prefer to do that. And then in. But no, I was going to do that anyway. I should have done that. No, well, never mind. Don't second guess yourself. Just, you know, get on with it. Because we could have just come out by an extra couple. Put one of the transformer things there. And powered that from that. We're building this anyway. Right, that means we could come out this far, but I'm not going to. That'd look weird. We need water in here. We could probably nick some of this once it gets going. Nothing seems to be happening, but it's probably all happening up here somewhere. Yeah, there's stuff going on. There's a baby. Can't even register it. You don't even see it when you mouse over it. Beautiful work, guys. Let's go back over to ugh, and remember that I still forgot to put lead in the damn box. Okay, let's do it now while I remember. Let's put some lead in here. Refined metal, lead. We're going to need a lot, so I'll leave it on 20k. That is not set to lead, is it? No. Refined metal, lead. Send some over. Remember to stop doing that, otherwise we'll send all our lead over there. And then we'll be sad because we won't have any left. Let's add lead to the list of things we can keep an eye of. Actually, we can get rid of slime now. We don't really care about that. I don't care about tungsten. I don't care about pinch of pepper nuts. Oxalite I want to keep an eye on. Lime I want to keep an eye on. Grub eggs can go. Beam journals, don't care. Databanks, yes. We'll keep a few of those things. And now I can check. Now I've forgotten what it was I was going to put on here. Oh, it was keep the lead on here, don't I? That's not right. Refined metal. Lead, thank you. Yeah, I thought it was. 189.1. There we go. Yeah, we got loads of lead. As long as I don't forget about it. And send it all over there. Because then we'll have to send it all back again, which will be quite funny. I've done this before. This has happened. Right. Now we can keep an eye on how much lead is there. And if that starts going down, I'll be like, the heck's all lead? And it'll all be in ugh. Gita. Yeah, they're going to drop lead, but that's quite handy actually, because that means it'll be around where we need it. Oh, guys, build it up. Build it up. Good to have your punk to remind me what the heck I'm forgetting about when I'm doing something. I'm like, what the heck did I come here for? You ever walk into a room and you've forgotten why you went in the room? Similar to driving, where you drive a journey and then you have no memory of the journey. You get home and you're like, the heck did I just drive home? Just no memory of that journey. That's actually got a name. I've forgotten the name offhand, but it's actually got a name where you completely forget your journey. There's a bit of lead on. No, that's steel. Sweep that steel away from that volcano. Kind of looks a bit dodgy. Bit dodgy. Bit more, and this will all be powered up. Come on, I want to go to lunch. I'm hungry. Ah, how many dupes does it take to actually pull the wire? You would have thought they'd all come running, but no. They all have a sleep or go do something else. Bathe the cat. Last bit. Last bit. Oh, last bit. Not quite the last bit. Bit more. Boom. Boom. And boom. And boom, boom. Nearly there. The pump will start pumping. This thing will go, oh, I haven't got any sand. And then that'll generate an errand, because there's no errands yet for sand, because it's not working. Oh, I thought as soon as you build it, it should generate an errand. As long as I've done these pipes correctly, we should start making water. Yeah, perfect. Now we got to connect that. Boom, boom, yeah, slip of the finger. Build that one pipe, please. That's what's holding us back now. La 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 la. Come on, I wanted to get it done before I went to lunch. I just want to see it running. Ugh. This is the game that you sort of think, I'll have that done by about 1:30, and then you look around and yeah, it's 1:30, but it's 2 hours after 1:30 that you meant. Not 5:30, it's 7:30. You're like, what? I was only quickly doing that. Nails, come on, don't fail me now, nails. Yeah, some sand is being put in the machine now. It's powered. Thank you very much. We need it running. We just need this pipe. Pipe of doom. Who's idle? There's a few of them idle. Let's give them a sweep to do. Sweep that up. Sweep all that up. You can even sweep that up if you wish. And if you don't wish, you can also do it. Come on. One more pipe. A bit more sand being delivered. Thank you very much. Thank you. And now it should run. Goes into this machine. Machine doesn't care. Doesn't damage it. It just comes out of this machine, goes into this machine, which then starts producing heat and water. Yay, we have water. It produces 4,650 per second, which is enough for the thing to run for ages, so that's good. 4,650 is 4.5 seconds for this machine. Because this is the first tank in the road, this will fill up first, but any spare water will go into these tanks. We can keep the machine running for longer. We use that water up later while we're building the other. Come on, water, hurry up. We need you. Lovely thing to see. While that's happening, I'm going to stick another couple of liquid reservoirs in. They can just be made out of, copper will do nicely. 4 of them. Can we fit a 5th one in? We can. Need a tile for it, because it's falling rocks. Then we'll need a bit of liquid pipage. I'm going to make it normal liquid pipe. Igneous will do fine. And we'll get a bit of... We'll decide how we're going to run it later, but yeah. We can fill up another 5 there. That should clear out most of this, if not all of it. Because each one of these is, what? 1,121 kilos of water. And that can hold 5,000. So yeah, we need a few. More than it looks. Ah, we're nearly there. Come on, water. Ah, did we do the power? We just quickly come up here. I want to take the power off of that and put it on this. Snip it. There. Connect it. There. Now it's 1800 watts and it runs the whole thing. Perfect. Water's coming in and crude oil begins. Crude oil begins. There we go. It's backing up down that pipe. And we're off. We're off to see the wizard. Harold and George have got nothing to do over there, so let's pop over there. I just want to see this thing cranking up, dripping out. Yep. I see crude dripping. That's beautiful. What a lovely thing. Finally. And it'll also clear up all that water. Ugh. Didn't know what to do with that, so that's fine. This pipe has gone a bit janky. It's still connected to something that's not there. Weird. Could replace it, but we're not going to. Pumps all the way up here, and yeah, that will carry on. This one's going to be the water that we've got to sort out. We've already got to put some in here. Fine, that's fine. We've got to get some in here. We can add to these pipes. We can use this water pipe. Borrow this pipe for a little while and, you know, feed some in. A bridge just there. A little piece of pipe on the end of it. And we can feed water into here through that vent when it gets built. Snip that just there. I know it's not going anywhere, but just in case. Oh, we're pumping all this out. We might as well use some of that water to fill this volcano. We need some in here. While that's happening as well, we'll make a few shift plates. Well, I've got the thought to do it. I don't really want to use up all my diamonds though, do I? Diamonds are, you know, so we're going to put one there. We'll have one there, and one there. That'll do. That spreads the heat around nicely, doesn't it? Feeds the steam up to those guys. And I don't think we need 2 for the gold volcano. There we go. We'll pump all this through. That'll go through both of these. It'll either get cleaned or desalinated, or just go through them both and do nothing. Just water. And we will feed it down to our last third. One of these oil wells, but we've got to fill it quite full first. Set it to 300 like the other one is. That makes it nice and submerged. It just comes over the top of this thing. 75%, I'll leave it on that. That seems legit. That's set to pump above 20,000, but it doesn't go anywhere. So we might make ourselves a big plant that can use all the gas, which we will have quite a lot of because we've already got 35.3 kilos there, and this one has got, where is it? It's down the bottom, 22 kilos. This one's slightly shorter. That one's quite a bit taller, I think. I prefer that, I think, because it makes it look like the pump's not going to get wet. Whereas this one kind of looks like the pump's always on the verge of just about getting soaked. We're relying on this sensor to actually kick in, pump out some of that liquid. We might do the same thing as I did there with the little buffer there. Put a buffer in. Buffer in. bit there and a bit coming out there to go back to that. But that is where I leave you. I enjoyed that. That's quite satisfying, slowly seeing things come together. We're getting there slowly and surely. This is now running. And we're feeding it lots of water. Get a timer on the copper volcano. We're already doing the gold one. Getting there. That'll be free power when it runs. And we could do something with that as well, I guess. Make more free power. Got lots of petroleum. We never did watch this and see if it worked. It's full of regolith. This thing's set to that, and that thing should reset it once a day. And that should drop in. Hang on. That's the one I want. That should be dropping regolith right there. There's a lot of regolith there, so I think 20 is way too much. The heck, we get regolith for free from space. Nobody's bothered building this because it's probably on a 5. So the clay coming out is a bit stuck. Yeah, it's definitely working, and 20 is obviously way much. There's loads there. Crikey. Are they allowed in? No, that was done automatically already. Yeah, I think 20 is probably too much. We'll cut that down to say 5. I don't know what a unit is. Maybe a unit is 20k on a thing. Yeah, that's brilliant. I'm pleased with that. I forgot to check it, and it's been built all this time. They've been building it. They have been building it. And it comes down to... Where does it go? Forgotten now. It comes down to there. We want a vent on the end. And a hole in the floor. Drop through. We go. That'll send the clay right to where the clay is wanted. They're dying to make some ceramics in here. Come on, feed us. There's a little bit of sedimentary. I thought that was lime for a minute. No, we wouldn't have lime. Why would we do such a thing? More water. We have to find out where that water's coming from, won't we? This has got to drop down there. So we got to drop the sand. Then deconstruct that tile. And then deconstruct the storage bin as well. I should drop the sand right there so the sweeper can feed that machine. Perfect. Things are looking up. We're getting there, slowly and surely, getting things done. Too many high quality jobs, high level jobs, so they're not coming over to do that. I will leave it there, and I will catch you next time. Thank you for joining me. And if you're watching this on YouTube later on, consider giving a like or a subscribe. If you're watching this on Twitch later on VODs, then consider giving me a follow. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much.